Hello everyone, this is Neha Sharma here, and today in this video we are going to start chapter number 2 of our textbook of English for class 10th, and the name of the chapter is A Long Walk to Freedom. So dear students, this chapter A Long Walk to Freedom is an autobiography of Nelson Mandela. You must have listened, you must have heard and read about Nelson Mandela in English books, in your civics books, everywhere almost, right? So he was the first president of South Africa. This chapter, A Long Walk to Freedom, is autobiography. When we talk about autobiography, it is about one's own life. Okay, it is a written document about one's own life. So this is A Long Walk to Freedom, right, which is written by whom? Nelson Mandela himself. So here in this story, in this chapter, we will read about same autobiography, because we have one book actually of this autobiography, A Long Walk to Freedom, but this chapter is an extract from that book. A Long Walk to Freedom provides us a glimpse of the starting life, the early life, you can say, education, and 30 years in the prison of Nelson Mandela's life. And we will also learn the pains and how much he suffered in the struggle to get the liberty from the whites. So this chapter will teach us, we will learn that how and what struggle he has done for himself and for his people. So let's start the introduction of chapter A Long Walk to Freedom. So the name of the chapter is A Long Walk to Freedom. It's A Long Walk to Freedom, right? As I've discussed, this is the name of the book of an autobiography which is written by Nelson Mandela. When we talk about Nelson Mandela, his full name is Nelson Rolihlahla Mandela. Please listen carefully. It is Nelson Rolihlahla Mandela. Whether the spelling is starting with Rolihlahla, but it is not Rolihlahla. It is what? Rolihlahla Mandela. Now, he was the first black president of South Africa. So we will learn this chapter through some notes, and what are the main points that I tried to highlight here on the board, so that you will come to know that the chapter is about what. The chapter is little bit long, so we will do in different parts, right? So first we will talk about Nelson Mandela. As I told you, what is the full name of Nelson Mandela? The full name of Nelson Mandela is Nelson Rolihlahla Mandela, right? And he was the first black president of South Africa, and he struggled for 30 years to get the freedom for his people. Means he was from Negro, he was from black community, so they were actually apartheid system was there in South Africa. So to get the liberacy from there, he just struggled for 30 years. He remained for in jail for 30 years, means almost for 3 decades he was in jail, right? Let's talk about the introduction of the chapter. The lesson pays tribute to those black heroes, not only Nelson Mandela, but along with many of the blacks people of that same community were there, who struggled to get freedom, right, from this apartheid system. So this lesson pays a tribute to those black heroes and patriots who waged a relentless struggle against the racist regime of South Africa. When we talk about regime, that is what? Government, right? So they all struggled a lot for to get the freedom from that white rule. Actually, the white rule was what? That was they introduced apartheid system, and this term apartheid system also you have learnt, you have read in your class 9th civics book, I think so. And apartheid system is what? When there is a discrimination done on the basis of race, right, by the color and all that. So that is called apartheid system. Now in this chapter we will read about the first non-racial government. So that was what? In this chapter we will read about the inauguration of this non-racial government. So the very first point of this chapter is this only. We will come to know about this. We will also read in this chapter about the pledge taken by Nelson Mandela, that what are the different things he will do for his people, and not only for blacks, he will do the justice with all, white and blacks, right? So first non-racial government it was, and when that officially he took pledge on 10th May 1994. It was too late actually in 1994, whether all the countries are having this type of democratic government, but non-racial government. So that time on 10th May 1994, Nelson Mandela took pledge as first black president of India. So let's understand that where and when this pledge ceremony or this inauguration ceremony of non-racial government took place in South Africa. So it was the day of 10th May 1994 when Nelson Mandela took oath. He sworn as first black president of South America. Okay, so this date is very important, and you will get one question related to this date. And when we will read the chapter, at that time I will discuss that question with you. So whatever the points I have written here, all are very important from the point of view of your examination. So please listen carefully here also, and the explanation video too. The inauguration ceremony took place when? On 10th May 1994. And which inauguration ceremony we are talking about? We are talking about the first non-racial government of South Africa. Next thing is at lovely amphitheater in the Union Building in Pretoria. It's Pretoria, right? So where it happened? Where it happened? When it happened, that we have done. That's on 10th May 1994. But where it happened, where this ceremony took place? So at the lovely amphitheater in the Union Buildings in Pretoria. When we talk about this amphitheater, you must have seen movie 3 Idiots, right? That is having a stadium or a place which is having the stairs, and that means it is a type of some stadium type of thing it is, which is not having roof, right? So that was the amphitheater in Union Building in Pretoria. This is very important because in the MCQs also it will be asked, in the questions, in the short type answers also, in the long type answers also, you have to write down this name. So where it happened in the amphitheater in the Union Buildings of Pretoria, right? Next one, it was the largest gathering of the South African soil. We are talking about the gathering which was there in the Union Building of Pretoria on the day of 10th May. So it was the largest gathering ever seen there in South Africa. Next, politicians and the dignitaries from more than 140 countries attended the ceremony to celebrate that non-racial government. They were there, and almost more than 140 the people, the dignitaries and the politicians from more than 140 countries, they gathered there, right, to witness that ceremony. First of all, Mr. De Klerk was sworn as second deputy president. So this is very important here. Three three people took the pledges there, right? Second president was there, deputy president, first deputy president was there, and the president itself, Nelson Mandela. So we have to learn the name of all the presidents here. First of all, Mr. de Klerk. This is very important. Mr. de Klerk, right? He was the second deputy president. He took place as second deputy president. So he sworn as second deputy president, and that was the first in number, right? There was a sequence list of that. So in that sequence list, Mr. de Klerk, who was the second deputy president of South Africa, he took pledge, right, at the very first number. Second point is then Thabo Mbeki. Thabo Mbeki is first deputy president of South Africa. So Thabo Mbeki, you have to learn the name. First deputy president was Mr. de Klerk, and second deputy president was Mr. de Klerk, and first deputy president was Thabo Mbeki. So he took pledge as first deputy president, and then it was the number of Mr. Nelson Mandela, Nelson Rolihlahla Mandela, who sworn as the first black president of South Africa. And along with that, I forgot to write down here very important point. Nelson Mandela went there to the buildings of Union Buildings of Pretoria to get the pledge that day with his daughter Zinani. Okay, the name of the daughter will be asked that what is the name of the daughter of Nelson Mandela who went there to take pledge along with Nelson Mandela. So the name of his daughter, that daughter is Zinani, right? She went there with her father to this inauguration ceremony on 10th May 1994, right? So just take the screenshot of this. If you want to note down somewhere, these are the important points which you have to note down, which you have to learn. So if you want to note down in your notebook, you can do, and then just take the screenshot, and then we will do the next one. So next point we have to discuss, the very important point of this chapter is the speech of Mandela on the day of inauguration of non-racial government, and which that happened on 10th May 1994. So these are the very important point, and many questions are there from this chapter, and from the speech also 2-3 important questions you will get in your examination. So Mandela's speech, how for decades South Africa was the seat of white supremacy. So this was one of the part of the speech of Nelson Mandela on that day. He explained that how the blacks, they struggled to get the freedom, and how the white people, they tortured them as slaves, right? Next one is the presence of all people confer glory and hope to newborn liberty. But he thanked God that they got the liberty this time, and he thanked there that all are there, all white and blacks, all are there to get this celebration done, and in the presence of all the people of South Africa for this newborn liberty, because all kind of people, all the groups, means both of the groups, whites and blacks, they were there on that ceremony. Next is the blacks who were considered as outlaws not so long ago were hosting the nation, and he has told that how these blacks were treated earlier, but now white thought them the outlaw people, and now when they got the freedom, they did a lot of struggle with the help of many people. The name of some of them, the leaders he has mentioned, he just recalled them, that they are not there to witness this day, because they struggled a lot along with the Nelson Mandela to get this freedom, because it was not only the struggle of Nelson Mandela only, many people before him also they struggled to get the freedom. So he just remember all those people who did that who just did the struggle, a lot of struggle along with Nelson Mandela. And he told at that point that the blacks, right, who were thought outlaws not before long time, not before long ago, because it was a short period of time, no, they got freedom. So they were hosting the nation in front of the world now, right? So it was a great achievement for them. Now the victory over apartheid was a common victory for justice, peace and humanity and human dignity. Now the blacks, they didn't do any type of discrimination with whites when they became the supremacy, when they came in power. So they didn't oppress the white, right? So they didn't oppress the white people, but they just celebrate this as a common glory, that they celebrate as a common victory for everyone. They just wanted the peace and human harmony or human dignity, right? So there was an equal respect for both of the communities, for whites also and for blacks also, right? Next, the political freedom had been won, and now they would work hard to liberate their people from the bondage of poverty, deprivation and the diseases. Whatever the problems they are facing, their people are facing. So this is also one of the very important point in the second last paragraph of the speech given by Nelson Mandela. So these points you have to remember, that he and his people, all the politicians, right, they will try to liberate the people, or they will liberate the people, they would liberate the people on the basis of poverty, deprivation and any other foundation they will not feel, they will not face in their life, right. Next is, never South Africa would again face the oppression of one by another. So one by another means by white community to blacks, or vice versa, right. So this promise he has done in his pledge. So these were some of the important points I have written for you from the pledge from the speech of Nelson Mandela on the day of inauguration of his non-racial government, when he took pledge as first black president of South Africa. Next point is what? Display of jets. This you will read after this speech of Nelson Mandela. This is also very important part, that how the celebrations done, how that ceremony took further, means what were the celebrations after the pledge of Nelson Mandela were there. So display of jets. This was very important. Impala jets were used here. There was a spectacular display of jets. South African jets, helicopters roared in perfect formation, and perfect V was the formation done by these jets to show the victory of this non-racial government. So this is the formation done by them. They also made the colors, made the flags by using different 5 colors of that flag of South Africa. They also formed that. I am talking about same jets and helicopters. So say they have done same formations here. It was a demonstration of military loyalty to democracy, to the new government. And here he is telling that how loyal is the military for the government. This was the this was the show of that, this was the demonstration of that. And at this point he recalled that how he was tortured by the same military and the same police when he was struggling for this freedom. So he told that some of the officers, some of the army persons here, they tortured me when I was struggling for to get this liberty, but now they all are saluting me because now I am in power. So this was also demonstration by military. And the next is, then the 2 national anthems were sung. Here we are talking about national anthems of whites and blacks. So both, all the people, whether they are they belonged to white community or black community, both of the communities sang national anthems of each other, whether they do not know the actual lyrics of that did not know about the actual lyrics of the national anthem, but they sang that to show that there is what, the equality between both of the communities. So please note down these 2 points here, where I have highlighted some of the points, some of the very important points from the speech of Nelson Mandela and then the display of jets. Please take the screenshot, note down, and then we will discuss the steps and what are the things given in this chapter. So in the next point we will discuss that how he sends history. So sense of history, he also has discussed here that he was overwhelmed with the sense of history, that how they did struggle, how they were forced to do struggle to get that freedom. So this, in the first point, Mandela was overwhelmed with the sense of history, and a few years later of the Anglo Boer. When we talk about this Anglo Boer War, so this is the war, this is also known as Second Boer War and South African War also. So this was done, this was actually between South Africa and British Empire, right, some of the portion of South Africa and British Empire. So after this Anglo Boer War, there was the establishment of, there was the introduction of this apartheid system. Until then they have to struggle like this, right. So the society was based on racial discrimination was the harshest and the most human, because the blacks were treated brutally and with lot of cruelty they were treated. So this he is telling that what was there in that system, in that apartheid system, but now the system has been changed and there is a formation of a new government which is not actually having this discriminations and oppressing type of nature, right, but now a system based on equality of all the men regardless their color and the race has replaced the old and the cruel government. So this he has told, and he has told that how they were treated earlier when they were under this apartheid system, they were the victims of this apartheid system, and now when this new government has been established, so there is no discrimination between both of the societies. Next thing is apartheid. Next point we have to discuss, that is the policy of apartheid and what are the impacts of this policy of apartheid on the people of South Africa. So apartheid created a deep and lasting wounds in the people. They were very disturbed due to that, because that was the people and the government of that time, what were the administrator, who were the administrator that time, they just exploited the people, and that was very inhuman, right. So apartheid created a deep and lasting wounds in the people, and the decades of the exploitation of the black produced heroes like Oliver Tambo, Cecilus and others. So here he is remembering once again, here he is telling us the names of his comrades, right, who struggled with him. And the greatest wealth of the South Africa was not in its mineral. He has told that also here. This is very important point which you have to note down, that the greatest wealth of the South Africa is not in the minerals but in the people of South Africa. So from this point also you will get one of the important question. So please note these points, the impact of a policy of apartheid and the sense of history, right, and take the screenshot and then we will discuss the next points. So the next point we have to discuss, that is the lesson learned from the comrades. Comrades, I have told you, he has remembered all his comrades who helped him, who were there with him in the struggle of this liberty for many decades. So he told here that what lessons he had learned from his comrades, and this is very important, please note it down. And he will tell that what the courage means here, right? So he learned that the meaning of the courage from his brave comrades. Okay, and what does the mean of courage he told here, that is, courage is the victory over fear. Courage is the victory over fear, and this is very, very important, which you have to answer in your questions, right? So the next point is twin responsibilities. Means what are the two responsibilities which each citizen of South Africa has to get, right? And they have the responsibilities, these twin obligations or the twin responsibilities. He has told that twin obligations, this word, okay? So obligations are the responsibilities. So he has told that every man has twin obligations. One is the duty for his family, his wife, his children, and the second is the duty or the responsibility towards their people, means towards the country. So each citizen of South Africa has to play these two roles. They have these two responsibilities. One is for family and second is for the people and the country. In South Africa, it was impossible to for the blacks like him to fulfill those responsibilities or the obligations. So he has told here that the Negroes or the black people, right, they cannot enjoy both the responsibility here. They cannot have both the responsibilities. It is impossible for them, because if they are living with their families, so they have been tortured and they have been sent to jails. And if they are doing something for the freedom, so that is automatically they will be tortured and sent to jails, right? So he has told at the time of white supremacy, this used to happen, that in South Africa it was impossible for blacks like him to fulfill both those obligations. And the next and the last point is, it is about his party, African National Congress, which is named as ANC. So why he has joined this ANC? Very first important point of this is the full form of ANC is African National Congress, and he has joined this party when he realized that not only he but all the people, all his brothers and sisters, means the people of his community, they are in trouble, they are treated, they are oppressed, right? So that's why he joined this party, and it was his desire to get the freedom and the self-respect for his people that changed him from a weak young man to a very bold one. And this is also very important point, that what was the transformation in his nature when he joined ANC. So earlier he told himself, because at 3 stages he has told, one stage of his childhood, one stage of his life as a student, and one as a when he was doing this rebellion. So that time it was his desire to get the freedom and self-respect for his people that changed him from the weak young man to a bold one, right? Earlier he says that he enjoyed with his family when he was a child. He lived with his mother. He enjoyed the horse riding and ox riding like this near the rivers. He enjoyed the scene, right? And when he came to when he came in the stage of his, on the age of his adulthood, when he was a student, then he realized all this, that he is not being he is not getting the freedom. And that's why after that he got that idea and that realized and joined ANC. Next is one again transformation he is telling. One is what? A weak young man to a bold one. And one another he is telling about himself that earlier he was a law abiding man who was obedient to the laws, but this struggle he changed him to become an outlaw, that forced him to become an outlaw. And one very important point which is written in the one of the report of one of the newspaper here, and that was given on the very first page of your book of this chapter, that ANC won 252 seats out of 400 in the first democratic election in South Africa. So that was a great number. It was, I am talking about the victory of Nelson Mandela's party. Okay, so 252 seats he and his party won, and the total seats there were 400. So dear students, this was the chapter, this was the gist and the essence of the chapter, A Long Walk to Freedom, and I hope you understood that. Take the screenshot of these points also, note down, make the notes of that, because that will be easy for you to learn that for your examination point of view, right? So here note making I have done for that, for you people of this chapter, and in the next videos we will discuss, we will see the explanation part of this chapter. This will be long, you know, in 2-3 parts we will do, in 3-4 parts we will do in the explanation part. Till then, you please make notes and enjoy the chapter, enjoy the autobiography of Nelson Mandela, Nelson Rolihlahla Mandela. Thank you very much for today. Stay safe, stay healthy and remain studious.